What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 48 of the You Might Be Surprised podcast. Today, to be honest, I forgot how to pronounce your name, and I feel terrible. I should have.
Well, it's okay. No, I'm gonna. Should I prep you? Should we redo this?
No, because now it's funny.
No, true. It's actually how we met. It's me going.
Yes.
What? Because you saw a video that I made.
Yeah, I don't even know how I found. Like, I didn't even follow you. I don't even know how that appeared on my timeline.
The internet is wild. But it's Elouise Eftos. So you would say in your accent, you would say Elouise Eftos.
Elouise Eftos. Do you know how this whole time I've been trying to come up with a joke for your last name? Because
there is a joke for my last name, but it's very Australian. I can tell you it, but I don't know if it will make sense.
Sure.
Okay, so in Australia, we have, when you pay by card?
Yep.
In Australia, that's like called an EFTPOS machine. EFTPOS.
Okay.
So it's my last name with a P, but it stands for like electronic funds transmission point of sale. It actually stands for something. But when like people meet me, they think, like, I remember someone meeting my dad. He was at like a conference or something. My dad's in real estate. Like, he's a valuer, which is an appraiser in America. I'm like doing translation. And someone was like, oh, did you start the FPOS machines? And he didn't really hear them properly. And he was like, yeah. And they're like talking to him about it. And he was like, sorry, what? So basically the joke is I say, because guys will make like dirty jokes, like, because my last name's Eftos, it sounds like EFTPOS. They'd be like, oh, can I stick my card in your slot? And I'm like, no, you seem like more of a tap and go kind of guy.
It's actually...
I used to open my set with that. But it's very like Australian specific. Like you guys wouldn't, I'd have to do that whole explanation, for you guys.
Yeah. So let's tell the people, or I mean, I guess they can probably figure it out, but I saw your tweet and reacted to your tweet, and then turns to find out that you're a comedian, an actor, and to be honest...
I'm actually an actor first.
Actor first.
And then probably, I sing and dance and everything, but then I started doing stand-up like 2017.
Okay.
So... but like on and off, and then now I do it a bit more. So yeah.
I came across your stuff and I was like, wow, this is like, you have like a lot of talent. I really like your
thank you.
American accent at the American accent. You're a waitress. Or,
the bartender.
Yes, or I don't know if it was American or if it was British.
So
I forget which one it was.
I do like a British bookworm, and she's like, she reads a lot. Yes. And I wear my glasses. I have to wear them now because I can't really see. So that's British. And then I do the bartender who's American. I was playing her last night at a show, and that's why I can't get these tattoos. That's why I have tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. And now I've got like just remnants. I can't get this one off. It's like I have to scrub my arm later. But anyway, I definitely showered this morning. It just won't come up. Yeah, so that's like LA Cali girl accent. No. Yeah, dude. So she would like talk like this, dude?
Yes.
So you so dude, like, do you want a fireball shot, or like you guys like light beer? Like that's someone that that you've met, you know what I mean? Like, she's real.
That
she's
sounds
out there somewhere.
Like every girl bartender I've ever ran into.
Yeah, literally. And she's got so many tats, and she's really cool. She's a cool girl. But then also, like, you're from Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. Do you know Milwaukee, Wisconsin at all?
I know. One of my best friends is from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He lives in LA now, but he's one of my best friends, and his family still live there. But I don't know if they're from Milwaukee, but I do know there's a song by the group Hanson called The Man from Milwaukee. And then also that 70s show, they're like, Wisconsin, like at the end of that song, hanging out, scale. I can try and do like Midwestern accent for you.
Sure. Let's hear it.
So So I feel like that's almost too Canadian. Oh, so nice, so nice. So, Chris, it's so nice that you're here. I mean, is that good? I feel like that's not that good.
No, that I mean, just pretty much just have no accent at all, and that's a Wisconsin accent.
But I feel like for me, that's an accent, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know.
One of my best friends as well is from Michigan.
Okay.
So she would do Michigan a lot, and I would try and imitate. But I haven't listened to like your accent's not that strong. Some things you're like, okay, okay. It sounds like a little bit Canadian.
Kind of, yeah. I say, what's the Midwestern word?
Minnesota. Don't you just like Minnesota? Don't you know? Like Minnesota.
Yes, that, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, there's nothing out here. If you think you should come, there's literally nothing.
Into Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I want to go just to visit like my friends, like I guess like family and stuff, and just see like a different part of America that I haven't seen before. I've never been to well, I guess I've been to Chicago.
Chicago's
Go Bears.
Cool.
Go Bears. Chicago.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. I love Chicago.
Chicago's really cool. That's like
Chicago's one of my favorite cities. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So fucking cold though.
It snowed like today.
I love how for us it's like sunny, but I'm like it's a bit cold. Like I was like, should I wear a jumper? Like
what is it like?
I'm like a wuss. Like I'm like I get a bit funny with cold weather because I'm in Sydney, but I'm from Perth, and in Perth it gets like 40-degree heat, which is like 40 degrees Celsius is like what? Is that like 80 or 90 Fahrenheit?
I think it's like 90. I think like 90 something.
Yeah, we get days like that, and so that's why
that's not
it's
terrible.
hard for me to handle the cold weather.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing. I mean, for you, like being from Australia, that makes sense why you'd like kind of want to like experience Wisconsin, but there's nothing here. It's just
there's nothing here.
There's nothing. There's like as a comedy fan, there's like not even. There's like one open mic.
It's an open mic. Oh, I'd come and do an open mic. I wonder how that would go down.
You would love it. All the stuff I've seen of you online, you would go in there and you would tear it up. It's the same people that go there all the time.
Oh my God. Well, I hope so. I hope they wouldn't be like, who's this Aussie chick? Aussie. That's how you guys say Aussie. You say Aussie. Because I studied in New York for a bit. So I went I did like a tour around America after I finished studying.
Okay.
And yeah, it was so cool. But then at the same time, like didn't make it up to the Midwest, except for Chicago, but that's technically big city, but yeah, I'd love to go back, but it's with COVID, who knows when that's going to be.
Yeah. Aren't you guys completely open up?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Which is awesome.
Do you still have to wear the masks?
No. But also I'm lucky because in Perth, like we were like this all year last year.
Oh really?
Basically all year we were fine. We had a few, like one scare, we had one case. And so our premier, because we have a premier, not like who like called the shots for our state.
Yeah.
Was like, shut everything down just because of one case. But you guys are it's like a whole nother level for you guys, hey?
It's wild. I mean, things have died down now. Like everything's pretty much open and like you can go and do pretty much whatever you want. You just have to wear a mask. You still can't get in like large crowds. Like you can't go see like a show. But I mean, I was at
It's really sad that like there's so many. It's scary a bit, isn't it? Like.
Yeah. I mean, being young, I'm kind of like naive about it. I'm like, oh, like I'll be fine. But then like once you like take a step back and actually like look at the bigger picture, it's like, oh, it's really bad.
Yeah, well, it's in the States. I'm like, what? Like in Melbourne, like another one of our cities, in Victoria, like we still have to wear masks because I went and visited over the Easter long weekend, and you still have to wear masks on public transport and in Ubers, but that's it.
Oh really?
And then but that's all. Everywhere else you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's scary. I hope that you guys are okay over there, because it's kind of like, it's almost like, I don't know, you're probably just relying on the vaccine now, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, and even that, everyone's like half and half with that. Like everyone, like people my age are like, "Oh, I'm not going to have it at all." And then
Yeah,
there's also people who yell at people for not having it or to not wanting. It's just like everything's so split right now. Like the past year,
it's wild.
politically,
But
everything
it's
has just
also
been
like,
split.
totally. But it's also like, oh my God, people are so silly. Like, if you don't get the vaccine, then it's not going to go away.
Yeah, Americans just like to do their own thing.
I don't know, tell me about it. I know. We love it though, but we're also like, ugh, like,
Yeah.
you know.
We're so
yeah.
Last year when everything in America was hitting the fan, were you guys looking at us like kind of laughing?
Not laughing, almost like, fuck. Like, I guess laughing's not the right word.
Yeah,
I wasn't laughing.
not laughing.
Because for me, with what I do, with acting and comedy and everything, I've always been like, one day I'm gonna move to the States, like eventually, you know. That's what I would love to be able to do. But it's fun. It's like, it's obviously hard to watch, because even the UK, like I was like, oh, before I move to the US, I'll go do a little stint in the UK, and now I'm just like, is that ever going to happen? Like, we're lucky things in Australia are sort of like picking up, and a lot of people are coming here to film movies and stuff. So we're kind of like the new Hollywood, but it's hard to watch, because you just go like, well, you know, Australians love to travel and we love to explore new places, and it's hard to sort of see other countries not be okay, because we're like, oh God, are we ever going to be allowed to, you know, come back and visit?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. At
or
least
like come and work, you know. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure it will be okay in a few years, but probably just have to wait a bit longer, you know.
Well, I would say by the end of the end of the year, things should be back to normal, to quote unquote.
Well, that's what people say, but
normal.
I reckon that's what's hard. It's like, I think it's going to be longer than we all anticipate.
Yeah.
There's rules. I mean, there's rules for us here. Like, we're probably not going to be allowed to travel unless it's for business.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, because you don't want to get anything brought back to your country.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think there's going to be some rules in place, but we'll see, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a depressing thing to talk about. Like, I hope that you guys are okay, you know?
We're chugging along, you know? We'll figure it out, hopefully.
Totally. Yeah.
So, is Australia, like, I know there's like some pretty big actors that have came from Australia, but is the end goal for a actor from Australia to move to the United States, or is there like a big scene in Australia?
It's unfortunately not the biggest scene. So the end goal is usually to work in the US.
Okay.
Because that's, you know, but now things are sort of a bit different now because of COVID. So, but ultimately you want someone to take note of you from the US, or get like an agent in the US. Like, a lot of Australian actors will just like move over and do like a little stint, or try and get signed, or try and get a green card and move over. Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but only because I'm sort of like, I still feel like I've got unfinished business here. I'm like, and kind of for the best, like, I guess it was lucky that I didn't move over before COVID, because then I'd be screwed.
For sure.
So yeah, but I guess with the digital age, like, I've got a few friends of mine who, yeah, like, I'm friends with Catherine Langford. She was the lead in 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's from Perth, from my hometown. Yeah, and so she's done really well for herself, and got some other friends that have sort of like, yeah, moved to the US and made things happen, but it doesn't happen for everyone. Like, it's hard. She was very lucky, and also she's very talented, and yeah, it's a bit of a right place, right time thing as well.
No, that's definitely for sure. I feel like that's like most of being like being a comedian or being an actor. It's like having the skills at the right time, at the right place.
Yeah,
And then that's just going to
totally.
project you forward. So
I hope, yeah, that's what you hope. And I think for what I do comedy wise, I think it's actually would do better in America.
I think
So
so
it's
too.
funny. Yeah, thank you. I just feel like some Australians, it's funny, the Australian sense of humor and what we're used to here.
Mm-hmm.
People are sort of, they think that I play like a persona on stage when I do like my stand up. And I think people think that they think that I'm a real person, just going on stage saying that I'm better than them, and they get really uppity about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny, and it's quite a feminist act, and I don't think people see that because they're sort of, Australians don't like tall poppies. Like, do you know the whole tall poppy syndrome thing? Have you heard that term before?
I have not actually. Well, maybe I
So
have,
it's
but
like, oh no, no stress. It's basically a tall poppy syndrome is basically when people, they don't like when, I mean, Americans probably get stereotyped as tall poppies because I think it's like a stereotype of American people to be very like cocky or like confident, and that whole
yes.
thing of like they'll name what they're good at, or they'll say what they're good at, and how successful they are, or how great they are. And it's sort of the opposite in Australia. We're very like, oh, got to be humble, like don't be a tall poppy. And it's like, and if you are, like, you'll get your head
Oh.
you know what I mean? That's sort of
Yeah.
what it's like about. And it's funny, like, because my persona is a tall poppy, I think people get really like funny about it. Sometimes it, like, if people get it, it goes really well, but it's funny how, yeah, it seems to affect people. It's really, I just feel like it would do better in the UK and the US, but at the same time I'm like, oh god, who knows when I'm going to be able to come
Mm-hmm.
over and do that. And obviously I do accents, so for me staying in Australia is great. Like, I love Australia, it's home.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time I'm like, oh, I want to be able to work somewhere where I can utilize these accents and show off my skills,
Yeah, for sure. When
Yeah.
whenever I look at or like see the clips that you post online, I'm like,
Yeah.
this, it blows my mind that you're not larger than what you are, because I'm like,
Oh,
this
thank you.
this would kill in America.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Maybe you can be my manager. Maybe that's what
I got you.
I'm like, you got me. Well, that's what we maybe have to do.
There we go.
But like, it's so nice to hear that. It's really flattering. I feel like I still have so much that I need to show,
Mm-hmm.
and to showcase and everything. But yeah, it's nice to, yeah, like, to hear that. And I think, we never know. Fingers crossed, one day, hopefully, things will
Yeah,
happen.
that's what we're all waiting for, I guess. I mean
Yeah,
I mean, that's
exactly.
also a part of, like, whenever I was beginning this podcast, I just wanted the fame right away. Um,
Totally, totally. And
eh,
so what made you decide to do a podcast? What was your reasoning to do that?
um, it doesn't, like, if you look at me and break me down as a person, it doesn't make sense for me to have a podcast because
Yes.
I have a speech impediment. So like
Yes.
my whole life, like, I hated being in front of people. I'm very shy. Well, not now, but like, but definitely when I was in like high school and like um
Mm.
things like that. So and I got probably like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I found out who Joe Rogan was, and
Joe
that, like,
Rogan was, yeah.
that started my love for podcasts. And then I kind of indulged in the comedy podcasts, and like, I love like all the big name um
Yes.
podcasts. And I was like, well, I can, like, it's pretty simple to make a podcast. And I was like, if people can just sit there and rant about like their stuff, like, why can't I? So
I love that.
I started it,
Why
and
not? And good on you. And also
here
I
I
feel
am.
like good on you. And also not letting your speech impediment like stop you from, from
Yeah.
doing that. That's great that you had the confidence to just give it a go. I think that's great.
It's fun. I think of my podcast, like the ones where I don't have guests. Also, fun fact, you're my first female guest on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Finally. That's so good.
But like my podcasts are like normally like half an hour long, and it's just, I think of it as like a 30-minute long stand-up comedy set where I just go and rant and try to make something that's weird hilarious, and then that's it.
Yeah, good.
So I just dropped
that's
my
awesome
light. But yeah,
no, you're all good.
So
I don't know if you've heard of the TV show Home and Away.
I haven't.
It's like a what's it called? Like a soap opera here.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, my friend's about to be on it as a role, and I can't stop laughing because she's like on this article, and they've called her a former Victoria's Secret model because we joke about saying that stuff on our Instagram, and she's not, but it's so funny. Oh my God, I can't stop laughing.
I will have to say, every single time, because like the only interaction I get of you is just when I see your Instagram posts and things like that, but you always look like you're just having like the best time ever. Like I look at this,
oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh, thank you.
I'm like, I'm 24 and I'm like, I'm not out doing something and I'm just sitting here in my bed. I'm like, it makes me feel like I should be
oh my God, no, please don't ever feel like that, because I have those moments myself. Like, I think we probably make it look like we're doing more than we are, honestly.
Sure.
It's like, oh God, honestly, trust me, I have those moments as well where I'm like, oh my God, I should be out doing something. But we always, like, I don't know, we always just like do silly things, but I don't know if we're always like doing something, you know what I mean? I think I sort of try to take life, in that sort of, let's have fun, let's do something silly kind of approach, rather than, I guess, which, I don't know, sometimes I probably am like, oh, I should probably, decorate my room and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've just moved back to Sydney after being away for like 10 and a half months because of COVID. And so I think it sort of looks like I'm probably having way too much fun at the moment because I'm still like settling in and seeing friends and,
for sure,
yeah. So it's very, very, very funny that you said that. I'm glad that it looks like that, because we are having fun, but sometimes we have our down days as well.
For sure. So would so do you just go out to the bars and do stand up when you're not doing?
Yeah, we've got we do what's it called? We do stand up nights like at like open mics as well. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. So yeah, we do stand up nights, and then we also do open mics, I mean, sorry. Last night, the thing that I did was like almost like sketch improv thing. So that's why like we were all dressed up in costume, and, but usually it's just like open mic, or then, I do some of the comedy clubs here that are paid as well. So yeah, there's a few things, like the venue that I was at last night, they do a few stand-up nights, and it's just like down the road. It's only like 9-minute walk. So it's really good to be able to, be close to all these venues and go around and do gigs all the time. So yeah, it's fun.
Wait, so what got you into doing acting? Because like people that act around here, I feel like they have to start it from like when they're 7. And I don't know why I chose 7.
You know what? But you're so right. I feel like to make it, like, the Hollywood stars that we see, I think I'm always like a bit hard on myself, and I'm always like, oh my God, I've like, I don't know. You get hard on yourself. You're like, oh God, I haven't made it. What am I doing? Because I'm 28, so I feel like, oh my God, time's ticking. Like, obviously, it's changed a bit now, but when you were 28 a few years ago, it would be like, oh, well, it's over, you know?
Yeah.
But it's funny how times have changed like that. But then you look at the Hollywood stars that you see that have like made it, and it's like they didn't have childhoods because they were literally acting from the age of like 7, like you said. So
yeah.
I guess it just really depends. I mean, for me, I think it was always something that I wanted to do. Like I was dancing and singing from a very, very young age. Like when I was about like 3 or 4, I started ballet classes. And then, you know, I was always like a little performer, always entertaining like family members. Like people would come over and I'd be like, me and my sisters would do a little show and I'd be like, oh, I'm selling tickets and stuff, you know, always was like that. And then, yeah, I think I just, I had this, this kind of feeling always in the back of my head. Like even when I went to uni, I studied film and journalism as like a backup, but I kind of was like, oh, I know that I really want to give this a go. And so I did. I thought I wanted to do musical theatre first though, because I think I was a singer and a dancer. I was like, oh, well, musical theatre. But then I realized I was like, oh, look, I do love some musicals, but some of them are pretty shit. And I was like, I don't know if I want to just be like, that's a whole nother world. Like I have been in musicals since, and like I do love musicals, but I was like, oh God, I think I'd rather do more the acting, being a singer and dancer, and I can do that if I do get cast in a musical. But then I started to do comedy stuff, and it's amazing how that's almost opened more doors for me as well as an actor, because people know that that's my skill set. And so yeah, I feel like if you can be funny, it kind of like it's another thing on your resume if people can see that you can do that, for sure.
It is. No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like acting to me just always just looked like something that like I could never do. It's just like I could. Well.
Oh God, literally, yeah.
I feel like it's easy and hard at the same time. Like there's like there's no in between.
It is, because it's like it's not like, how do I say, it's like it's not like it's not easy. It's more that it's it can seem easy, but it actually is a really, really hard job to do. But at the same time, you know, we I don't know, like we probably make it sound easier. Like, I mean, actors probably make it sound easier than it is. I don't know. It's a hard one, because at the same time, it's like, I don't know. We also can't complain, because it's like there's a lot of hard jobs out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think it's a hard industry to be in. I think that definitely a lot of gatekeeping and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't know. I think we're lucky that yeah, I don't know. We can be in control of it a bit more now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like like for me, I can like, how do I say this? Like I can like make my own stuff and show my skills and all of that. Like I think that that's really exciting to be able to do that.
It is really exciting, especially now with everything that you can do online and just put yourself out there. And I mean, a random guy from Wisconsin might see it and you might end up on a podcast or something crazy.
Which I really am happy about, because I just feel like, you know, it's like I love that it's another way of like connecting, you know, and it's another way of like being creative and having an outlet, and you don't have to worry about someone calling the shots. I think that that's almost the beauty of what COVID's done, is that we can show our skills in another way. And you know, because I kind of like got a bit of traction on a few videos and stuff, and I was like, what? Like, and I never used to post videos. I never used to do it. I was like, I don't want to be one of those Instagram people, or like, and it's sort of like, you know, we have to live in the world that we're in, and we have to take advantage of that, you know.
Do you post your stuff on TikTok? Because I feel like it blow up on TikTok.
You know what? It's so funny. So many people always like ask me that, and it's so silly. But I always like, the amount of times that I've posted and it hasn't gotten traction, and then I realized it's because I hadn't set my account up fully. So like you have to add your mobile number, and I was like, I don't want to add my mobile number to TikTok. Like like I love how that was what stopped me, but it was like I kept being like, why does this not get? And I found like I was getting more traction from Twitter and Instagram, and I was like, like TikTok's like great. No offense to people on TikTok. I just feel like, it's a third platform to be on. I'm like, it's almost Instagram and Twitter almost takes up too much time already. I'm almost like, I feel like maybe
for sure.
I mean, I could put my stuff on there, but I feel like it's like the stuff was very timely to what was happening, like the stuff that went viral that I posted. And so I'm a little bit like, I don't want it to sort of be like, what? Like this is a bit old hat, old news. But
if you posted your accents on TikTok, I promise you that you will blow up even more than what you have.
You're so right. I know you're right. I need to do. You know what? I'll do it for you. I'll do it.
And it just, you literally don't even have to hashtag it that much. Like I posted one and hashtagged it with 3 things, and I get like my views on Instagrams are kind of low, but on that I got like 600 views within like the first hour, and I was like, okay,
you're like, Hollywood, here I come.
Yeah, I was like,
that's awesome.
I made it,
You made it. You literally have made it. That's honestly, that's exciting. But it's like, well, you know what, you're probably right. Like I think it's another way of connecting with people that might not see my stuff so I guess may as well give it a go. Like there's no harm done.
Well, the way I see it is you probably have tons of videos just sing on your phone that you don't even have to go out and make any. If you just posted those.
You're right. I should just like post, especially like even the Sopranos impressions and stuff.
Like the bar one?
I was so lucky. Well, the bar one as well. I was really lucky that the Sopranos stuff like was shared by like that Sopranos meme page. Sopranos.
I saw that.
And that kind of got me lots of followers and stuff. It's so funny, like all from like New Jersey and stuff, and from like Long Island. I'm like, hi guys, like so funny. So you know what? You're right. I feel like this is a really good business meeting, a good business strategy. So thank you.
I got you.
No, thank you. That's awesome.
Something I really want to talk about is Australian slang, because
I think, of course we have to.
I think that is the funniest, from my perspective, the funniest / best thing I've heard in a very long time.
Yes. It's very, I think for foreigners it's like, what? Like it's very must be quite jarring and quite like, what the hell's going on? So I hope that my Australian slang's up to scratch. I feel like maybe I'm hoping. Let's see. We'll see.
What was the one that you said in the bogan? So
bogan's like redneck, basically. It's our version of redneck. So like, don't be a bogan, like don't be a redneck. At the same time, is redneck is that still an offensive term, I guess, to use? Like if someone's a bit like tacky, a bit like,
I mean, everything's offensive in America, but
true.
But
I mean, like in the sense of like, if you were like, that person's really tacky, and like,
I mean, some people really they really embrace like the redneck term, but like if we were being like politically correct, you just say, that person's really country.
Yeah, country. Well, the thing is, I feel like we wouldn't say, bogan doesn't really mean country. Do you know what I mean? Like we'd have country people here, but I wouldn't say that they're bogans.
Wait, so what's a redneck for you? Like what's
a redneck? Someone who's like, yeah, how you doing? And they're like a bit, and I drink Mountain Dew.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, and they wear like shitty clothes, and like they, don't eat real food. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's.
Yes. Okay.
So that it's the equivalent. It would be the equivalent. I'm trying to think of like, so bogan is one that's one that you heard on my video. And then something else that we say that I found really funny, because when I was in New York studying, my friends my American friends would make fun of me because of how I would say things. And I'd be like, what? Like, you guys don't say that? Like, and then you obviously pick up like on the differences. But I remember saying to my friend, oh, do you want to come over in the Arvo? Do you know what Arvo would mean?
Is that taxi?
No, Arvo. Come over in the Arvo. Like, as in, what are you doing? What are you doing this Arvo?
Afternoon?
Yes.
Oh, Arvo. How do you get? I mean, is it
afternoon? Arvo. Honestly,
Arvo.
Good question. Good question.
I'm stealing that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Use it. So Arvo, and then I'm trying to think of what else we've got. Arvo, and then we also have, so hold on. Arvo. Then what was another one? Oh, they used to laugh at me because I said bin. I'd be like, guys, where's the bin?
Like trash can?
Yeah, trash can.
Okay, yep.
And then I would also be like, oh, guys, can I borrow your jumper? Like, I haven't got a jumper.
Like to start your car?
No. That is, we could say that for that, but jumper's like sweater.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
But my friend used to go jumper. She used to imitate me. But yeah, so that I couldn't say that one. But yeah, so as in, like, I couldn't understand why they were laughing. I was like, what jumper? And then I was like, oh, you guys say sweater,
sweatshirt, hoodie,
sweatshirt, hoodie. Yeah. I mean, we still say hoodie, but we don't say sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what other ones, but I don't really use, like, I mean, obviously there's the typical, like, tomato sauce. You guys say ketchup.
Yep.
Like, you guys say soda, and we probably say like soft drink, or like,
I say pop.
Pop. You say pop, yeah, because you're from the Midwest.
Yeah, I'm like, I need some pop.
You're proper. I need some pop. Yeah. And we say like, cool drink, soft drink, and you'd say pop, or like, people say soda. How funny. Yeah. And there's so many. I'm trying to think of what other ones there are. I'm looking around my room, but there's so many. Like, we say sunnies. Do you know what sunnies are?
That was what I was just about to say. Yeah, that threw me off. They're sunglasses.
Yeah, sunnies. But sunglasses.
I like that. I've been saying that, not gonna lie.
Sunnies, yeah. We just love to shorten things. What about we say like aircon? Turn the aircon on. It's hot.
Air conditioner.
Yeah.
But, so you just make it shorter.
We just shorten everything. And so that's how you figure it out. You just go, do you just make it short? Is that how you do it?
The aircon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like American terms. Well, the thing I like about your terms are they're kind of sneaky, and American terms are just like right into the point, and it's just, it gets kind of boring.
Yes. Okay. So you like it to be a bit like, what's this mean? Like a little bit of a reveal.
Yeah.
Okay. Cute.
I don't know. It's just
good.
We don't really have. I mean, I'm sure like. Do you call the water fountain a bubbler?
You say bubbler, don't you? Yeah, we don't say that.
Some people
say, like,
do.
Drink fountain.
The
you
drink
guys
fountain.
Would say, some of you would say bubbler.
Yep. The bubbler.
And then what else is something else that you guys say that I always would laugh at?
Do you know what a trolley is?
Like a trolley. Is a trolley like when you're at the supermarket?
Yep.
Like a trolley? That's what we say. We say trolley.
Okay.
What about you guys? There's something else that I was thinking. Oh, do you guys say, oh no, that's more British. Like, we say like chips. But I don't know if that's like even like chips in a packet. You guys say fries, like we say chips.
For like
French fries.
French fries, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I mean, sometimes we'll call them fries at like a restaurant, but usually we say chips, like you go and buy some chips.
No, that makes sense.
I'm trying to think of like what else. God, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But it's funny how like you don't notice them until you're like over there. And I was like living there, and then I'd say things and people would be like, sorry, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I'd be like, oh, sorry. Like, you have to adjust. Oh, this is a funny one. I don't know if, actually, no. Yeah, this is one. So when I was in Hawaii, when I was like 14,
Mm-hmm.
I was with my family. We're in Hawaii. We were there for Christmas, and I was ordering steak at a restaurant. It was like, and I was like, "Can I get a steak and chips? Can I get steak and chips?" And she was like, "Sorry, steak and shrimp, steak and shrimp." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll have shrimp." But it was like this back and forth. I was like, no, chips. And she's like, shrimp. And I was like, no, chips. She's like, shrimp. And I was like, look, I'll have shrimp. And she's like, do you want fries with that? And I was like, yes. That's what I've been saying the whole time. And that was when I was like, oh, you got to change your vocabulary a bit. But like, obviously, the world's a bit more Americanized than they are Australianized. So it's harder for us over there,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's also something that I don't think about that much, is how much the world is Americanized, because that's like the only thing I see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And so I guess, there's things that like I would, because we watch like a lot of American TV and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, oh, that's how they say that. And you sort of realize, like, it was funny how I realized, like, after I'd say things and I'd be like, oh, that's why people are looking at me funny, because that's not how you say that here,
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of any good Midwestern terms.
I know the soda one.
The soda one.
I'm trying to think of like what others.
I can't believe I can't think of it. I'm sure there's tons, and the people that are hearing this are like, there's hundreds of them. I don't know. Ope is one. Have you heard of that one? Like,
what's that?
Like whenever we screw up, we're like, oh, sorry.
Oh.
It's something that every person from Wisconsin says. They're like, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Ope.
I love that.
Ope. Yeah.
That's cute.
A lot of people say
sorry.
that. Yep.
That's cute.
And
love
that's
that.
only in the Midwest. If you go anywhere else, they're like, what did you just say? I'm like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Very specific to the Midwest.
Yeah. That's like, I would say that's our number one phrase. Ope.
Love that.
No.
Yeah. That's cute. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I still can't believe that we met over a tweet. It just blows
I know.
my mind.
It's so funny. What a world we live in. I feel so bad. I'm gonna have to go in 5 minutes because I have to do another meeting. I'm so sorry, but it's so cool to talk and meet over for our Zoom.
For sure. Yeah, we'll have to keep in contact, and like this is like the perfect length for a podcast too. So.
Oh, perfect. Well, it's honestly like so crazy. Yeah, that it all happened just over Twitter, and it's cool to know that you've seen my videos and stuff. That's so flattering.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Of course. So this will probably come out next week. Wait, so is it Friday there?
Yes, it's Friday.
That's crazy.
And it's Thursday night for you. I'm in the future.
Yep, exactly. Wow. But this will probably come out either Monday night or Wednesday night. So Tuesday night for you or Thursday. So I'll send you the links, and I'll tag you and stuff. And
easy. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Chris.
Yeah, of course. Well,
it's cool to meet.
Yeah, that's why it's called You Might Be Surprised. That's my podcast. And
and you might be surprised to meet an Australian actress comedian over Twitter who comes onto your podcast. Surprise.
That's the cool part about a podcast.
And I've got tattoos now. I can't get it off. Oh, so bad.
All right, well, why don't you tell the people where they can find you, and then you can hop off.
So so you can find me on Instagram. Is probably my main source of I guess followers. I don't know. At Weezer Squeezer, which is WeezaSqueeza. I don't know if I have to explain why I call myself that. Do you want me to explain that?
Yeah, sure, because I have no idea.
Well, basically, my name's Elouise, but my family, like, they're Greek. They call me Elouisa. Oh. And my sister couldn't say my name when she was little, and she would call me Weezer. And then, Squeezer came out of that, and then I was just like, when I made my Instagram 1,000 years ago, that's what I called it. So, and I haven't changed it since. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and yeah, my Twitter is Hot Smart Funny, and that's my is Hot Smart Funny, and hopefully I get onto doing my TikTok. We'll see.
You should.
Just for you, Chris. Just for you. Just to prove you right as my manager.
There we go.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, well, thanks so much, Chris.
Yeah, of course. No problem. I will talk to you later then.
No worries. Thank you so much. Sorry that I have to dash, but it was great to chat.
You're all good.
Thank you. You have a great night.
You too. Or you have a great day.
Yes, thank you. See you.
All right. Bye.